Alright. Here we go. Content. Yes, wonderful. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a shorter one. That's alright though. C4. Busted. Yes. Duckies. I agree. Alright. Yeah, now you can, yeah. Yeah, I was working on setting it up. Realized my mic wasn't connected how it should have been. Been a minute. Alright. Wonderful C4 thoughts, people. What do we think? What are our thoughts on it? Do we like it? Do we hate it? Do we think it's mid, weird, overpowered, not overpowered, balanced? What are we thinking? Underpowered? What do we think about it? Because I personally think that I think it's really good. I don't think it's overpowered per se. I think people will get pretty used to it very quickly. But it's definitely a very powerful thing on defense. Game changing. Don't play enough breachers anymore though. I gotcha. Yeah, definitely game changing. Defense has changed a lot. It's slowly getting more to where R6 is, because now you can hold several things like a lot of vertical control and stuff. Here, let's see. Where? Factory. Because, like, for example, if we pull up factory, mid floor, bottom floor. What am I saying? Bottom floor. We have things where, like, breaking walls and defense, super cool. Yes, and I've been asking for it for so long. I've made this suggestion like 4 times in the suggestion thing. They're probably so done with me. But yeah, so basically, you know, like default, people push and store. Here, let's make this a different color. Something else. Probably finally did it. More expensive than foam. Yeah, I'm very glad it's more expensive than foam. So basically, this is default push. Push in, go head peek, go wall, take door, blow wall. And then you start making your way in, and you can play here, you can play here. You can do all that stuff. Easy. Well, the reason why I like this is because, like, for example, you can pre-open the wall here. You can go ahead and just pre-open this. And it's so good. Cause like it's gonna make it a lot more tactical. I can't see. Hold on. 1 second. Let me make this better for you. I got you. Yep, can't see it. Yep, got you. Boom. Swapping over to the display capture. Alright, here we go. Now you should be able to see. Maybe. Should be able to. But hey, we all know what it is. Yeah, you can see now. Awesome. All right. So basically, is people push in here, head peek, take wall, take door, push in, plan on 2 boxes. As default, it's easy. It's been a thing for so long now. Everyone pushes it. But basically now, you can just pre-blow the walls. So you can pre-blow it and then already have this angle in the storage. And what makes it so good is A, you can actively watch it, and you can have people playing in storage more comfortably because now you can set up these crosses a lot easier. Because I can have a 3-way cross instead of a 2-way. And if you really want to be fancy, then you can actually pre-blow the hatch and then hold these two attached. Also drop hatch. Exactly. So you understand. Yeah. And it makes that so... I feel like we're going to see a lot more A pushes potentially. We might... Here, let's see. We might be seeing A pinches. Or we might be seeing these, the hatch, walls. We might be seeing more of these, which I would love. Because I would love for people to not know exactly what they're going to do every single time. It switches it up. And then also, if you want to save C4 and not grab this hatch immediately, then what you can do is you can grab this wall for this angle, and then save the C4, have someone play like back in electrical, like back over here, and then if they switch it up and they start going janitor, or they blow hatch and they drop the plant, this guy over here can have a C4. They can have a C4 pre-placed on this wall right here, and then if they blow it, they can just swing out and then have a free angle onto this. So then it completely changes the way you can play defense, because now you can hold the super long angles, which then forces offense to have to completely clear this, which is an easy thing to do, because then he can back off and then he can play wall bangs. Or if he wanted to, he could blow this wall instead. He could blow, yeah, he could blow this wall instead. And now he gets this beautiful angle. So there's just a whole lot you can do with it now. Definitely defense buff. Yeah, it's a huge buff. Here, since we're on factory, might as well go to the next one. This is something I've started doing in ranked, and people have started picking it up after I was doing it. If we have it at mid-floor. So my old default that I made was you'd have one con, one fire, one back at bathrooms, and then you'd have one on B site to watch flank, and then you'd have one person roaming. Or you would take this person and have them go upstairs, and then you'd have two roaming. Then you just kind of play, then you bounce off nades and you bounce off ensigns. And then it became super popular, and now everyone in the top does it. So that's the current default. One thing I started doing, though, was instead of having a main play fire, you actually take a door blocker. Here, we'll use yellow as a door blocker. And you stick a door blocker on this door right here. And then you have the wall blown here. And you have a beautiful angle to stairs from this counter. Huge angle. Huge. And before people start really catching on to it, you should probably start using it. Anyone who's playing ranked or anything. Because it's crazy. It's an insane angle. And then it's no longer a wall bang. And then you have a door blocker there to cover you, and then you can still have someone play bathroom to get rid of the gravel guy. And then have the person sit con. You basically just move from fire. You just move from fire over to war room. And it's a crazy angle. It's insane. And then, of course, Skyscraper got buffed. I haven't messed around too much with Skyscraper, though, because gonna ban it every time. I hate that map so much. Might have to run a little rank tomorrow. Yeah, for real. Dude, I'm telling you, that angle it's disgusting. Get a break from OD. Yeah. Yep, I haven't played Orion since... I haven't played since VR Melcon. Until this morning, then I hopped on and played like 3v3 games. Before that, though, I was strictly playing 4v4, so... 3v3 is very weird for me. But yeah, that angle all the way to stairs it's crazy. And then if we go to third floor, there's not a lot you can do with third floor. There is my immediate thought for third floor is something that people are actually already doing. They're already caught on to it. Was the hatch drop. So like people would open the wall and then just hold hatch drop from there. Which really, that's kind of the only thing you can blow on that floor to be super helpful. There's not really anything else. I mean, I guess you can blow a wall, but the only issue with a wall is that you would then need somewhere from... You need someone playing stairs, you need cross angle on Tetris, then you need another guy holding Tetris to hold the back of it, and then you need this guy over here to hold the hatch drop. Well, maybe this can be good. Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, door blocker in the back, and then you have one place side. Actually, hold on, that could actually be a good hold. Never mind. Well, there's a free hold for people if you want to use that. Use that in VRMO. Bro, 4v4 pubs and ranked is just soloing. Have to actually run scrims to get a good four. Well, the thing with fours, like, I only played scrims. I haven't played ranked or pubs 4v4 at all. I didn't even know 4v4 ranked was a thing until like right before VR Melcon. But yeah, nope, here's a free setup. Anyone want to use this for VRML, screenshot it now. There's a free setup. It's a little rough. Maybe you want to throw... You'll want to throw the statics for hatch drop. You don't really need that one. But yeah, you want the statics. You probably want to put like trip mines on the window here. What else can you do? Proxies. You don't really need proxy unless you want to protect the guy at the bottom. Then I guess you can have a proxy downstairs. Yep, there's a free setup. Thought it was something that wouldn't work. Guess it will work. But yeah, all sorts of new setups you can do. Because then you can play you can play more aggressive here, I guess. Because then you can just, if you really wanted to, you can just smoke this off here and then bolt back to site. But yeah, so the very first thing I ever thought of when I saw C4 could blow walls and stuff was if we head over to Arctic, you'll probably know what I'm about to do here in a second. Bottom floor. Take a wild guess at what the first thought was. Because I've already seen people start using this. Take a wild guess. Just throw it out there. Because here's the default. People push in, grab wall, go plant, hold across. The hall? Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's it. So many people have caught on to that. Because, I mean, look, you literally just blow, a hall, and you set up the cross, like this, and then you have two people roaming, one person holding it, and then the other person holding the back. That's the freest one you could possibly have. Now, I would say, keep in mind, so if you have a lot of util, I would have the flankers probably hold a C4 up here. And then I would probably leave this wall closed until ice core hatch would be crazy. Retake off foam. Yeah. Off foam? Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. If you leave this closed until you confirm it's a A push, then look, you blow that if they push A. These guys have a C4. They can use it offensively. If they need to rotate out, then they can just rotate out, blow the hatch, and get back to site if they need to, or do whatever. But then if it's a B push, because I feel like we're going to start seeing some B pushes, because A is basically impossible to push now. Like, I think I've played 6 ranked games on Arctic, because people just want to test out Arctic. Not a single one of those did anyone win an offensive A site. I even tried my hardest to IGL push onto it. The only time I won an A offense push was when this wall was not open, when it was not pre-opened. But the second you have this wall open, it's GG's. So I feel like we're going to start seeing a lot more B pushes probably. Which is why I'm saying if you save the C4, then the roamers can actually go around. And they can go over to the hatch and power plant, blow the hatch, and guess what? Now they have an angle here. They shut off that doorway. And the people who were guarding A can rotate over. Bam, blow the wall. And now you can have some crazy angles into the hall, into the vent, and then from door. So it's an absolutely insane hold. There's not a lot that people can do for it. It's just crazy. But yeah, so that's my thought on it. So when you pre-blow walls, there are some walls you can pre-blow, like the hatch drop on it's like the hatch drop on factory, and then the kitchen wall and mid floor fac, and then here is an example of just I wouldn't pre-blow it. Think they might make C4 cost more just because of how useful it is. No, I honestly don't think they need to make it cost more. Especially with making the Spectral more expensive. Because now people are either forced to play close with the Cyclone or along with the Spectral. The only reason you would have a Spectral is if you have someone buy a Cyclone, blow the wall. Cyclone with no attachments, mind you. Blow the wall and do it, at least for pistol round. I don't think they should make it more expensive. Especially, so here's the thing. I don't think they should make it more expensive because you can't carry it over to the next round. It's not something you can keep like foam. But yeah, that's the crazy thing. Is you just play mind games and you just force people to like. I feel like I feel like a lot of people are gonna start switching up which site they're pushing. And that might be what they want, because it's going to become a lot more tactical now. Here, let's go to second floor. Boom, second floor. We go to second floor here. Let's see. What's defaults? Let's just think of something up real quick. We have main, where people come in, grab the wall, plant, get this wall open, take hall. There's one. Can you grab it off walls like trip mines? Yeah, you can take them off walls. So you can have one pre-placed, go over, and then pick it back up. Also, if you happen to lose the detonator you're holding, you can put the C4 on a different detonator and then use that detonator, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing, but it's something you can do right now. So let's see. This is default push. I guess something you can do here is pre-blow this A wall. Maybe? If you pre-blow that wall, then you have a pretty nasty hallway angle. Wait, yes. Hold on. Wait. We gotta be cooking here. Pre-blow the wall. Wait, crazy cross. Well, here's the mid floor. Pre-blow the wall. You have the cross there. You have someone play close to hold this and this. And then you have someone playing back here just in case they rotate, or you can take out red. Yeah. I feel like that's going to be a wall. It's going to be gone. Also, hatch by main. People have suggested that, blowing this hatch, but here's the thing. If you blow the hatch, you have bottom vert control, and you really want top vert. Here's the thing. If you blow that hatch, I feel like people are just going to start pre-fire. Well, I guess you can make a pre-fire case for anything. It's just not a great hatch, though. Because what happens if it's like, oh, he's downstairs. Guess what? We're going to push this now. Everyone's starting to take the hall. They're pushing from this. They get this wall open. They have hallway control. Now they just push this instead with flashes. Other one by Geo. What other hatch? The only other hatch is here. Oh, you mean this one? No, I don't think that would be a crazy hatch. I completely forget that hatch exists. I really don't think that would be a crazy hatch, to be honest. Well, so the only situation I see this working is if you use incense to hold them off on these 2 points, and you just start shooting like crazy, and you call someone, and you call it they're lined up outside, and then you need to maintain control of red room, because if you maintain control of red room, then you can have someone start swinging this and door at the same time, and if they have this wall blown, which they should because you have the incense out there, then you have someone start pushing out wall, and at the same time those three distract, and you probably blow hatch, you drop down, and then you have a really nice kill line here. It's just super aggressive play. But then teams that are hyper aggressive can do that, like well, after you just banned it actually, but like Acer could do that. Who else is aggressive? Fire could probably do that. That's a play for Fire if they want to use that. Super aggressive teams could definitely use that. Yeah, I see what you mean. Top floor. Oh my gosh. Top floor is an absolute masterpiece of a defensive floor. It is so difficult to push top floor now. You'll just have to hear me out. I've used this in ranked. It works. It works like crazy. People yell at me for blowing the walls, and then they shut up after. So here's the thing. What you want to do is you want to have someone playing in gym, and you want to have someone playing in hallway. These are default defensive positions. And then you have someone playing by door. And then you have someone obviously sitting somewhere else, probably on like flank watch over here. And then you'll have someone else playing deep side. Now what you do, if it's a B push, this is a great setup. You blow gym wall and you blow B wall. Why? Because now you have these absolutely monstrous angles from sight. It's insane. And if you have this guy push up here, he also gets a cross angle. And you can have a three-way if you want. And have a three-man cross. It's just insane. And then this hallway guy is completely protected by everything. And then since gym wall's blown, all this guy has to do is chuck a single incen, and then he's out of there. Like C4 does it does so much for rotation. And then another thing you want to do, if you don't want to have gym wall, like if like, oh, it's an A push, what you can do is you can blow A wall if they start pushing A, and you can blow the B wall. And then with both of those blown, you can then hold the kitchen rotate from sight. And you can hold A from outside here. And it allows for flanking opportunities to have an angle here. And if you set up outside here, shuts down that cross. And then obviously you just default use incendiaries for the IVI plant. So it really shuts down like the entirety of top floor. Either way, you always want the B wall open for kitchen. Always for the long angle. Always. And obviously play it with Maria Gradillo. Especially with the Gradillo buff. And then obviously depending if they're pushing an A or a B, then you'll blow A wall or you blow the gym wall. I just wouldn't do this wall because you really need time to be able to prep and rotate out, and this wall is more viable of a wall because then you can have people sit outside of sight and then hold the angle like that. If they decide to start crossing in for some reason with flashes or something. And then it also lets you be able to swing from the wall. Instead of having to swing close corner, you can swing from wall and vent at the same time. And have that pinch instead of the very short one. It also allows you to kill the person that's up on head peak easier. Because if you swing short, then you're already short. Or you have to swing super long. Rather than be able to come over here, clear it first, and then swing and then do head peak. If that makes sense. Talking kind of fast, I'm tired. But yeah, I've only experimented with this in like 6 ranked games. And this is all what I've come up with. And then hideout. The other one I did was hideout. Oh, I did hideout and mall as well. We'll look at hideout first, and then we'll do mall. Yep, so hideout, we'll get all the floors open. Top floor, starting with top. Here we go. Easy, boom. Blow open A wall. Now you have the angles out here. Have someone play, and then it's just it's just basic defense from there. I'm not gonna say too much, because this is my defense that I prefer to do. But you can blow this wall open to have this angle, stairs angle before they even push up. So it's basically kind of like an entry denial. And then you can have people play in several other spots to blow up, to be in other places, to hold more angles. But yeah, blowing that wall, that's just default top. Always blow that wall. And just play entry denial. Really helpful. Middle floor. Everyone obviously caught onto this super fast. Blow garage. Garage is basically impossible to take now. Because, I mean, literally you just... boom, angle there. And then you have someone play here, 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 and here. You blow laundry wall and garage wall, and oh, that was horrendous. Ignore that drawing. And there's your crosses. And now that is the easiest hold on mid floor. Just like that. Super easy. Like, I'm gonna be honest, so you can use it as like a plant denial, as killing weapon. I wouldn't. I would just get walls open, and then I would have someone, and if you only get one wall open, have roamers hold the C4 just so they can use hatches and stuff. It makes it so much easier. Basically, reverse meta push. Exactly. You literally reverse the push. Because here's the thing. Everyone has gotten so comfortable with the meta pushes that people have just started using the drone. You drone it, you flash it, and you sprint in. That's all pushes have just reverted to now, instead of the very slow walking, checking corners, stuff like that. Because this has made it a lot more methodical now. Because since you're able to open stuff like this, you can't just sprint flash in. Because if you sprint in, you're dead to a cross. Because if the garage peoples are blinded, then you have this dude in the back over here who can just cover them. You literally just reverse the meta. You play an offensive defense. It's not even that offensive here as well. You're literally just holding angles, but from super long distances. And like I said, skyscraper. Literally open the wall on the other opposite side of the building. And then it's just GG's. Bottom floor, same thing. Reverse meta. Now you don't blow this, obviously, because they blow that. They're gonna blow that for you. But you do blow storage wall, and then have roamer keep C4, or you can have parkour have C4, because parkour have C4. That's just another plant denial thing. But yeah, so you could actually, probably have this person play C4, because then they can play back, and if they push A, then you can blow this wall, and you can have that crazy long angle, because you can throw the C4 from waterfall to the wall. That might be the play, actually. But yeah, as far as defaults go, you blow this wall, have someone play back tiles, and then you have someone sit storage, you have someone sit parkour, someone sits head peek, and then you have someone else doing their own thing. Either Roman or something, so we'll just take them over here. And then you can literally hold outside from water. It's an insane hold. It really stops this push really well. Because then you have someone other than just parkour holding it. And then this guy can double as a storage hold as well. And if you really wanted to, then this guy could fall back to head peek, and then they're not exposed from the wall, and then they can hold the cross and storage as well. Just to protect this guy even more. So there really are, there are a crazy amount of opportunities for some wild holds. And rat players are beaming with excitement right now. I'm not much of a rat player, but I'm definitely starting to turn into one. Rat and room. Because with the C4, you can really hold the entire floor now, instead of just being contained to one little spot. Because you open up all the angles, and then you literally just play it like control point. You play it like control point, but you just sit on angles. You be the corny control point players. We don't even need to go over skyscraper. I think it's pretty obvious. That's a pretty obvious one. Ship. Ooh. We need to tackle ship. Now, I've had some ideas. And let me know what you think about this, because you blow B wall. Alright? You pre-blow the B hallway. And that way you could have a guy back here, a guy back here. And then you can literally just fall back quickly if you need, instead of having to rotate all the way around like you used to. It makes playing in that hallway so viable now. A lot more than it used to. Because now you can hold that and then have people wall bang. And then if they get flashed, now with the flash buff, if they get flashed or naded or incend or something from over there, they can just fall off into sight instead of dying immediately. It's such a good wall to have open. Such a good wall. And then if you really wanted to, you could pre-blow this wall and then just have people holding the long angle instead of waiting for them to blow it. That's up to you though. Sounds good? Yeah. I really recommend blowing this wall. It's something no one thinks about, but it's like, I've been waiting to be able to blow this wall in defense forever now. Ever since the update came out, when you had to take this long rotate all the way back. And literally, because by the time you hit like here, sight's already flooded by all these angles because flashbangs come in. And then everyone's dead. But now you can just quickly fall back, and then everyone's dead by the time you hit here. So you're not quite as useless. What's happening? I just joined. Basically we're going over C4, talking about how it's crazy. How it's crazy with how defense works now. Because the amount of angles you can open up and stuff. Like this wall right here. We were talking about how you can fall back into sight instead of having to rotate all the way around now. Do you think wall to storage could work for entry denial? Wall to storage? This wall? This the wall you're talking about right here? If they push B, yeah, that's a great wall to have open for entry denial. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If they push B, definitely blow that open, because then you have a long cross. Because then you have all these angles open. And instead of them having the cover of the wall to be able to get set up and then push, they have to get through your hold to be able to set up in the first place. Yeah, that would be a great wall to have open. Alright. Mid floor. On to mid. What do you think can work here? No one really pushes A. Mostly default B, so I guess we can focus B for now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would blow anything on this floor. Because, like, you can always blow open this wall and hold this angle. But I feel like you can just wall bang that anyway and still have someone play box. Unless you want to have that wall open so you can smoke and then have them be able to fall off into sight easier. Because if that's the case, then by all means do it. But that's the only reason I would have it open in the first place. Is so box can fall off easier. But then again, box should be playing his life right here. So like, I guess just safety. Because like, if they get naded or something, then they can just fall off. Or flashed, then they can smoke, fall off, angles held, wall bang. Or I guess not wall bang, it's just open now. So yeah, I guess this would be kind of the only wall you'd open here. Because if people are pushing A, Opening this wall is not going to help you much. Why? Because they are around a corner, and they chuck a flashbang from around a corner, and you're dead. All it does is save them the use of a single foam. It does not do much for you. The only thing I would do, if they're pushing A, is I guess you can blow open... You can blow if they don't have bathroom. Only thing that looks cool is both breaks in bathroom. Stop, rotate. Super unlikely to happen. Well, yeah, that's what I'm about to say with bathroom. So here's the thing. If people push through the hatch and window a lot, which is a lot what people do when they end up... Because usually people rotate to A. And they either rotate through here or up top. So if they do the top rotate... which this kind of gets shut down now anyways because you have people playing in this hallway. So if you have someone default playing in this hallway, guess what? They see 4 of that wall, and now you have an angle all the way from the bathroom hallway to stop this push here. And it's just held by that. So I guess if you really want to, blow bathroom, and you have this super long angle. And then you can kind of set up the cross like that. Then you still have bathroom control. Yeah. You just have to be really wary about the steps, though. About any kind of stairs. And then have someone back here holding this so they can't cross this way. But then you still have to worry about bottom stairs pushing up. So I guess the only way to stop that is to have a static on hand. And you static this right here. And then you just like keep pre-firing this, and then kind of hold stairs. That's the only way you could really see it working, unless you know for a fact all their players are over there. So if you blow anything, blow bathroom wall. I don't really think you need to blow anything though, and blow this wall just so box can fall off, just as a safety precaution. Bottom. Gotta love good old bottom floor. Alright. First off, this one. I've seen people blow this wall. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think there's really a point to doing it. Because you can just hold long angle from here instead of from here. I don't know. That's just me though. I think it's a waste of a C4. What I would do is blow open gen wall. Because here's the thing. I did this angle in ranked. This angle's nasty. So here's the thing. They blow this wall for you. You can either blow it or have them blow it. If you blow it, it's easier to stop them from pushing in. Check this angle. That angle right there. And I kind of drew that poorly. These two angles are absolutely absurd. Obviously, it's slightly clipping there, but it doesn't actually do that when you hold the angle. It's just my poor drawing skills. But those two angles are actually, like, absolutely insane when it comes to the holds on this. When you have bottom floor on ship, this wall is an absolute must. This wall right here is an absolute must. You have to have that wall open. And then you can blow this one open if you really want to, but you need to have that open. But what I personally would do is like just save a C4 for plant denial or something, and then you have this wall open. Boom, easy. And you can also, if you really want to, you can have the same deal going on where you have a roamer have same thing we did in Arctic. Have roamer have C4, and then if they do push B, then you blow hatch, drop down, and then you just get a bunch of kills. And if not, then guess what? They can rotate over here, blow this hatch, drop down, and now they can hold red engine with someone else. And then you have this wall open if they're pushing A, and then you hold the long angle from sight. So yeah, lots of really cool things you can do with this single wall open right here. Blow that wall. Works both ways. Alright. The only one... We really don't need to go over Sky. Sky is so self-explanatory. You just blow open like every wall on the opposite side of the building and hold long angles. It's so free. Dam and Mall. Dam, you don't really blow anything. You can blow things up just for the fun of it. You don't really need to, though. Mall I'm more interested in, though. Because I feel like Mall's going to start getting played more with the C4. Because you have some really nice defenses on Mall now. Because Mall wasn't defensive enough already. Alright. Here we go. Whew. Alright. How do we approach this? Look at the walls, records. Here's how we do this. This is super easy. I'm just gonna tell you guys because I was actually on this map for a while looking at this stuff. You blow open this wall, you have someone sit box, you have them hold the long angle here, and then you also have someone playing wall, so they can also hold the angle. And if you really want to, then you have someone else hold C4 that you play back here for the hats drop and stuff like that. And then we have another person playing towards A site. Can't really see that. I'll put them in con for now. You have someone else playing in A site. And then you have another person kind of playing wherever he wants to. Now, what you want to do is if they decide to start pushing A from like stairs and stuff, they're pushing out here. Then you have people obviously fall off, rotate over to A. Everyone's in A. This person rotates out. You C4 this wall. Boom, long angle unlocked. And then you also have this angle you can hold. I know it sounds like a lot, but there you go. There's your default things. Always pre-blow this wall. And then, well, I guess you can hold it if you want to. But blow that wall, blow this wall. Everything else stays untouched. Nothing else gets touched. Easy. Boom. Next floor. This one. This one's kind of interesting. Did they mess up? They did. They don't have this wall here. Interesting. Alright, well the map layout is messed up. But this right here is a wall. I'll go ahead and add it myself. Boom. Very artistic. That's a wall there. So what you want to do is you want to pre-blow this wall. And you literally just hold the angle all the way from stairs. That's literally all you do. And then you sit in connector. And then you hold the front hallway all the way from connector. And then from there, you can kind of just figure out with everyone else's placements. But those two are the strongest holds on this floor. You blow the wall, and then it unlocks two super long angles, and you just hold from there. And if you really want to be excessive with it, then you have someone over here, and they can hold that too. So they can also kind of double as a flank watch for the opposite side. Easy. And then with that wall blown open as well, you can also have people playing the swings and stuff. But yeah, a lot you can do with this wall right here that seemingly doesn't exist because I don't have it in the layout. But it's there, I swear. I was doing this a lot. This is a wall. Alright. Now. Good old top floor. Here's what you want to do. You want to blow open... If they're pushing A, you want to blow this wall. What about B site blowing middle hallway? B site middle hall. Middle hallway. Where in the middle hall? This one? Oh, this one? You can blow this. The only thing is the only value it gives you is this angle for flank watching on the stairs. So if you wanted to leave this closed right here, you could blow open this wall instead and then have someone hold the flank from there. That was a horrendous sex. Have someone hold the flank from there. That's the only reason you would blow that middle wall. Because, yeah, it can give you a quick rotate too, but it's a quick rotate by like 4 seconds. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. Cut up for B push. Yeah, if they push B, you can blow that wall. And you can kind of sit super far back. But let's be honest, if people push B... Like, I guess, because if you push B, you would always run a pinch from stairs or window. Yeah. If they push B, you can blow that wall. But that's what I'm saying. Pre-blow this wall, always. Because then if they push B, you can still have someone sit A, and then they can watch stairs from there as well, and then you can have a cross angle onto stairs. And then A can also hold flanks. But yeah, pre-blow this wall right here all the time. And then hold a C4 to either blow A wall or B hall. But yeah, that could work. And then top floor. Always, so if it's an A push, you blow stairs. So that way you can have someone holding the angle from here. And you can sit here and hold the stairs from inside. You can also sit close and hold. That was horrendous. Sit close and hold this. And then since that is blown, you can fall off back into sight and even rotate freely between these 2 points. Simple as that. Blow that and then blow this wall. So you have the angle here. You also have the angle here. And then if they get pushed, they can fall off back into sight and have safety. So if it's A push, blow open both A walls. Simple as that. If it's a B push, you don't blow anything. You leave everything closed and you hold C4 for planting. Why? Because the 2 plant spots are right here. And let me get another color that you can actually see. Right here. Those are the 2 plant spots. So then you have a C4 up on the window and you check the C4 over here and then you blow up this guy. And then you can do it from stairs. Or I guess you can check it from here and then blow up that guy. And then you can do it from stairs and then check it over here, blow up the guy that's planting here. That's basically the rule. If it's A, both walls. If it's B, nothing gets blown. Why? Because they're about to blow it anyway. And it doesn't really give you any advantage to have it pre-blown. It gives you no advantage. It's just a waste of a C4. Nothing else you need to do with that. very open floor already. And then dam, like I said, you don't really need to blow anything. Because if we go to the floor, then you have top, and the only thing you would ever break here is, I guess, if you know they're going to push, you can blow security, and then you can have the angles like pre-blown into security like that. It's not really helpful though, because hatch drop takes out this guy, same with stairs, same with window. And then if you have this angle, it's just not great. You smoke it and cross, it's not great. I'm not against blowing this wall though, because then you can do a quick swing to catch people off guard, and then also have someone sitting back and they can hold that swing, and you can kind of hold it easier from sight, just so they can't get set up and cross into the hallway at all. Because if they cross into the hallway, then they have the cross into the door, they also have the cross in the wall, and they can have two crosses from door, and that's usually how people take it. So I wouldn't really blow anything at all. And then for mid floor, let's see. Yeah, just blow the A wall, and then you're perfectly safe. Why is A wall the only thing you can blow? Well, if you take a quick gander at the whole floor, it is the only wall on the entire floor other than the one that leads directly outside. And that is why you blow this. So you can pre-have the angles outside. It's as easy as that. Gotta go, great stream. Recommend it to my team. Sweet. I'm about to end stream probably right after I'm done with this map, to be honest. Next floor. Top floor. What do we do here? Did I just say top? This is the bottom floor. Bottom floor. I guess you could pre-blow this to hold this long angle, actually. That's a very valuable wall. And you can hold the angle from there. Hold flank watches from here. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all 5 players. Beautiful. Yep. Blow this wall. And then once again, it's the only wall other than the B wall. And if they start pushing B, you want that wall closed anyway, so everyone has time to rotate, get stairs, do whatever, because then they're going to blow it anyway. So yeah, that's what we want to do. Blow this wall, then everyone's set. And it's GG's. And then I don't think anyone is actually left after Duckies, at least no one that's talking. So unless there's other input people want to leave, not much else to do. So yeah, if you want to go back, screenshot things, quick screen record, do whatever you want. You can do that. Look at the strats. That's what all these strats that I just mentioned are, I believe, going to be the new default defensive strats, and if not, then they should be, because they will give you a great strategic advantage. And you just play. It makes offense so hard because people have to actually think now and actually properly use drones. So yeah, definitely look at those, and anyone who's watching back at the VOD, because I know a couple of people said that they would. So yeah, there you go, free strats with flare. And it is 1:27 in the morning Eastern time. So with that, night everyone.